Hello everybody, welcome to another Design with Me My Process video. So I did one of these already and it was very successful. Everyone really seemed to like it. So we're going to do that again today using Sam's bead box for December 2021. So first of all, our encouraging word for today is every day is what you make it. And this is so true. We need to make every day great. So here is Sam's bead box for December. Now I've already used some of the things out of here. I've used most of these hematite chips and I used most of these bicones. Okay, so I'll link the unboxing if you want to see it in the description box below this video, but this is beautiful. It is jewel tones, which I love, and I'm thinking I really want to make a memory wire bracelet today. Okay, I'm kind of in the mood for that for some reason. So what I do is I pull it all out and I sit here and I look at it. I kind of have in my mind what I want to make. You kind of need to know where you want to start. Like, okay, memory wire bracelet. So if I look at all of this, I'm going to be thinking memory wire bracelet already. If I wanted to do a symmetrical necklace, then I would look at it totally different. Or if I wanted to do a multi-strand bracelet, boho style, I would look at it totally different. So it does help if you have an idea in your head. Now, sometimes I can just lay all this out and something will come to me. But usually I kind of think, oh, this is what I'd like to do today, and then I go from there, okay? So looking at this, a memory wire bracelet, I am going to want to pull out probably, I'm not too into the red. I'm going to pull the red out. Now, all of this actually really looks good together. All these do. Sam does a great job of curating. I don't need these for a memory wire bracelet, so I'm going to pull them out. Okay, then I'm sitting and looking. So I'm not going to use the pendant, obviously, so we'll pull it out. So we're narrowing things down, just kind of like that. I've only got 3 bicones left, so I'm probably going to pull them out. I may not use them. So here's what we've got. Now, these are okay. I'm not really crazy about them totally, to be honest with you. So I'm probably going to pull them out. So now we're down to this. Okay, I've got these drops in here, and I really like these peacock drops, so I'll probably pull these drops out because I don't really want 2 drops in there. The leaves, I'm kind of probably not going to use on a memory wire bracelet, though that would be really cool, maybe for another memory wire bracelet to put these leaves on there. That would be kind of cool. But I'm probably not going to use them on this one, so I'm going to pull it out. Now, everything else here, I really like together. I can't decide on the tiger eye. I may pull it out. I may use it. I used most of these hematite chips already, but I did buy some more from Sam, so I may pull the rest of them out and use them because I really do like them. I can't decide on the tiger eye. If I do use the tiger eye, I'm definitely going to want to have some bead caps or something for it. So let me look here. I keep these little containers on my desk of bead caps that are just kind of stray ones. So let me look and see what I have in here that maybe I could pull out and use on these tiger eye. So we've got we do have this bright gold here with the hematite chips. This bead cap has got things wrong with it. Yeah, it's got like extra metal, which, you know, you probably can take your cutters and just, yeah, that'll come right off. If you have things like that, you know, that are kind of messed up, just try something, you know, take your cutter or take a plier and just that can actually come off, that metal. And then you could even sand that if you needed to, but it doesn't really need it. It was just in the coating, I guess, of the bead cap. It still is kind of funky looking. It's got some darks, so I probably won't use it, but let's see we do have some other ones of those here. These are just things that were left over from other little projects that I just basically was too lazy to put away. And so here they are in a little container on my desk. All right, so these would work really pretty on those blue if we want to do that. Let's see if I have any more of them over here. I do have a couple more. Okay. So if I wanted to do that, I could. I also have these brighter gold ones, but these don't really match this KC gold, though. do I have in KC Gold? Not a heck of a lot out here. So in that case, I'm going to set these right here just in case because they do kind of look good. I'm going to scoop the rest of this back up because I don't like having a big mess out when I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, okay? So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to pull out my KC Gold bead caps. I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently I do not purchase much at all in this light gold, even though I like it really well. And this is all I have. So let's see. So here's these. Let me cut this so I can see how they would fit. Yeah, those would go good. Let's look at these. Oh, I kind of like these flatter ones here. Yeah, these, and here's some, whoops, here's some cupped up ones. These little filigree ones. They don't really fit the bead very well, so probably these, but I've only got 4 of them. Like I said, I don't buy a whole lot of this color, apparently. I love this color. I clearly need to buy more. These I need to put back away. So I went on like a, campaign a while back to buy all copper because I had no copper. Looks like I'm going to have to do that with this lighter gold. So I like this one, but I think it'll be fine. And I have enough of those. So let's use that one, right? What did I just mixed them up. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's put this one back away, or at least out of the way. All right, so if we use bead caps, we're going to use those. Now, I did go ahead and pull out the rest of my hematite chips from Sam that I ordered from his site because I love these and I really want to use them in this bracelet. I think they're so pretty. So we're going to put those out. Okay, so I think this is what I'm going to go with then for the memory wire bracelet. So, am I gonna, no, I've got these. I was gonna say, am I gonna need some other spacers, but no, I have these. I've got, okay, so I think this is gonna look really good. So what we need to do now is we need to kind of just separate all this out. Now I've got gold memory wire and I want to make this a multi-strand one. I'm just going to move all these beads off to the side. And let's see how many strands of memory wire we've got here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think if I do it, I want to do it in a 6 layer, probably. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my end, and I've got to grab my stronger pliers for this because these Xeron pliers, they don't work very well for memory wire. They're just not strong enough. So let me grab my, well, here's my other ones. These should work. Okay. So I'm just going to take my memory wire here and I want to turn it in. I don't want to turn it out. I mean, you could, like if you're going to hang a dangle from it, maybe I will. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Let's turn it out. Okay. So I'm just going to turn the end of this into a complete circle out like that. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to put dangles on it. And just, okay. So now we've got to decide how we want to do this. And I will say, with my memory wire bracelets, I find, just me personally, that if I do a complete row of something, then a complete row of something else, a complete row of the next thing, it tends to look better than if I try to mix everything up. I don't know why, it just does. And I've found too that my bigger beads in the middle, they tend to look better in the middle, like these middle strands, than out on the edges, okay? So that's just me. You do it however you want to do it, but that's just me. So I think I'm going to start with a round of seed beads. And I'm just going to dump these out. Okay, and we're just going to very randomly start picking them up. And I just take it and scoop them through like this, and they'll load on to your wire. Okay, I just kind of take it and do it like that. And see, then you get a little row of them. You can do it again. You can sit here and do this if you want, but it seems to me to take longer to do that than just to do this, because they will go on there. Okay. And I'm going to dump out a bunch, because the more you have, the more that it's easy to get them on. I just do this. And a lot of people overlook seed beads, but I think you can really, you can make some pretty things with seed beads. I like them. I know they're more used in bead weaving, but like for this, they really make a cute little strand on a memory wire bracelet. Okay, so there they are. I'm just going to drop them down all the way to the bottom. And this is one thing about memory wire that gets on my everlast nerve, is just the fact that I can never keep it, you know, from getting tangled up. There's always got to be one strand or one coil that overlaps everybody else or gets twisted up or whatever. So let me fix him. Come on, dude. Making my life hard on video for the whole world to see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a pain. It is a pain, but it's really cool too, because it, you know, it looks like you have multiple layers of bracelets on when you're done, which is really cool. You can stand to work with it in the meantime. And the less layers you do, obviously, the easier it's going to be. Okay, there we go. Got that all. I'm just going to continue to scoop here, because try to put that down to the bottom again, I'm probably going to tangle it up again, and we have to do that in a minute anyway. So I've got a bunch of gold ones in a row. Let me try to get some colored ones. Okay, here we go. All right, and I just continue to coil them down. This gets easier as you get to the top. Coil them down and coil them down. And I'm just going to continue scooping, because I know that's not enough to fill one whole round of this wire. Okay. All right, now let's look and see where we are. So I'm going to let them drop, all these little stray ones up here. Go on down. Okay, here we are at the bottom. Come all down there. And you can see we have about a half a loop. And this is one thing. Do not make this mistake. Go ahead, make sure your loop is closed up that you made at the beginning, because look at these little beads are getting up in there. So I'm going to take some flat nose pliers. I'm going to make sure that's closed really good so they can't get up in there. I hear Sadie barking. Chris must have her outside. Okay. All right, so we have to continue to load these on. Found the beginning. All right. Just continue to scoop them on there. It's a little easier if you do it like this. They go on better. I was about halfway around my circle, so I got to get a bunch more on. So I'm just piling them up, scooping them on. They're kind of going everywhere. This is a really pretty mix this month that he has put out. I love jewel tones. I will link the other necklace that I did in the description box below. It's not really jewel tone. I did it mostly with the hematite chips, but I thought it turned out really pretty. And here I've got my wire tangled up again. This is the thing with memory wire. It's like a slinky, which I never really was fond of slinkies growing up either, for this very reason. Never could keep them from tangling. All right. And I'm just going to get them all down to the bottom. Sorry, I know that's not on screen, but I can't really do that on screen. You get the general idea. Get them all down to the bottom. Okay. Now, as you can see, we're down here at the bottom. And we've got almost our whole round, but still not quite the whole layer here. And the reason that I like to do these smaller ones on the ends, I don't know, I just think it gives it a finished look. And the big ones, you want your big stuff to be in the middle, the heavier stuff to be in the middle, I think. So let me just continue to get these on here. Sadie's barking her head off out there. I don't know what, she's on the tie out, but she's a terror. She just, she barks at everybody until she knows you. I love dogs that don't do that. But she does. She's always been real barky. And we've tried to train her not to do that. Once she knows you, she loves you forever. But at first, she barks at everybody. And she barks so, like, viciously, you would think she's going to take your head off. I mean, she's never bit anybody, and she wouldn't, I don't think. But she sure can do the vicious bark. Now Chris is yelling at her. Stop barking. Alright, I'm just going to get all these down here to the bottom. This is definitely going to be the hardest row because these are so tiny. But look how pretty they look. Love the jewel tones. Okay, just a few more and we'll be moving on to the next row. And if your rows overlap a little, I mean, I don't make it exact. So, you know, if this one overlaps a little with the next one, that's fine. I found that if I do this without mixing the beads all up, it comes out so much prettier. I think it just gets too cluttered looking when you have your beads all different types mixed in together. Now, I like that look on other things, but for some reason on the memory wire bracelets, I don't like it. Or mine never turn out that good anyway, you know, when I do it that way. When I keep it kind of organized and like one row of this and one row of that, or, you know, mainly a row of this with just a couple things mixed in, then it just works out so much better. I think they turn out so much better. All right. A few more and then I think we'll have this row done. And I am putting, there's red in here. I am putting the red ones on, even though I'm probably not going to use red in this bracelet. Because they're not really, they don't show up a whole lot. And I think they're fine. Okay, so let's scoot these all down. And we have our entire first round of beads on here. Now, I'm going to set this down and pick these up. And it's fine if they scoot back up again. You just needed to kind of check it to make sure that it goes around your whole first layer if you want it to. And then if they're moving around on there, that's fine. They'll all end up scooting down in the end. Okay, so let me get these out of the way. We may use those again. Not sure. Okay. So now we're getting ready to do our next row. So I'm going to graduate up to a little bit bigger bead. Now I don't want to use these because I think they would be too busy right next to these. But I think these would be really pretty. Okay. And do I want to layer that? I think I do. So I think I'm going to do one of the fire polish beads and a hematite chip. Okay. Fire polish bead, hematite chip, and just do this pattern over and over until we get another round on. Hematite chip here, whoops. And you probably do kind of want to try to grab the hematite chips that are drilled kind of toward the center. A lot of them will be drilled toward the outer edge, and I don't really like to use those because I'm afraid they'll come off. They're a little more fragile. So I make sure I'm grabbing the ones that are drilled toward the center. And we're just alternating back and forth. That one's kind of on the edge. Let me go ahead. This one's definitely in the center. But let me go ahead and cut this strand and make sure that I get ones that are drilled toward the middle. I thought these were so pretty. And he had them in silver too. And I ordered the silver ones as well. They're just so pretty. Okay. And I'm just mixing these, making sure I get some of the purple tone, some of the blue tone, some of the emerald green tone. It's not real obvious, but there are like 3 different shades in there. or 4 maybe. Okay, and I'm just alternating these. These are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beads. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and push these on down. The bigger ones are so much easier to deal with than those little seed beads. Getting all the way down to the very end and making sure that my seed beads are pushed down too. So everybody is. And I just have like this much left, as you can see, from here to here to fill in to have this round completed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to have just enough of the little fire polish beads to do this. Getting close to the end, which is fine if you run out. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't have to be exact. The rows don't have to meet up exact is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I'm just going to swirl them down. See how much easier it is when you get past the seed beads. They're terror. Okay, and just a few more. Okay, we'll do the blue. We'll do I think this is the green. And just trying to make sure I get these guys that are drilled in the middle. Do this one, and let's see where we are. All right, that's pretty much even. Now, I don't really want to do 2 more, so I'll set these aside. We can use them for rings later. Okay, now, I don't want to forget these little guys, so let me scoot these hematite chips off for a minute. Let's see, what do I want to do now? I think, let's see, these pyrite chips are really, they would be really pretty next. With mixed, maybe alternating with something bigger. I wonder if they'd be pretty alternating with the blue tiger eye. And I just kind of look here and see what I think. I kind of like them with the green. So I think we might do that next. We're going to do the green and the little pyrite chip, or little pyrite bead. Yeah, I kind of think I like that. Green, pyrite bead. And these memory wire bracelets end up looking like you've got, like, you know, if I do this whole seven strands of this one, it'll look like we've got on 7-strand bracelet. It's really cool stuff. Though I don't like it. I mean, I don't like necessarily, it's kind of fiddly to work with, but they do turn out really cool. All right, so we're just gonna drop this on down. I know that's not a complete round yet. I just kind of want to see how it looks. And I like it. I like how it's going from this into this. From the peacock into the green. So we'll just keep going. Pyrite bead. I love pyrite too. This is, I think, the only pyrite I've ever had is this that came from Sam's box. I've never had any other. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and put these on down. We might be getting close to our round now. Yep, getting there. Just a few more beads here. So we'll do cathedral bead, pyrite bead, cathedral bead, pyrite. Just keep alternating these. And let's see where we are now. Pretty close. One more cathedral bead and one more pyrite bead will do it. Pretty sure. And we can scoot these out of the way. Yep, okay. Now what do we want to do? We need to go a little bit bigger. So let's see. I think we might go ahead and do the blue with the bead caps because I'm kind of wanting some gold on here right now. So let's do some blue tiger eye with the bead caps. And now I want to decide, yeah, I am going to do the bead caps back to back, so we'll just keep on going. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use a bead cap on every one, but I do. I think they're really pretty. Okay, so just do blue tiger eye, bead cap, blue tiger eye, bead cap, blue tiger eye. No, bead cap, blue tiger eye, bead cap, blue tiger eye. That's what I'm doing. Except for I'm messing myself up here. There we go. Sadie is still barking. I thought he brought her in, but she's still out there barking. Now she's barking at the school bus. Yeah, these are pretty. These tiger eye beads are beautiful. And on these heavier beads, you don't even have to do a whole round of these if you don't want to. You can just do maybe a half a round and then the rest with something else. So, because they do get pretty heavy, especially when you have a big bracelet, a big bunch of layers. Okay, so there's half of it. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish them just because I want to. Or at least use as many as I have bead caps for here, or beads, whichever I run out of first. And if your bead cap has a little bit of metal in there and you can't get your wire to go through, you can take your beading awl and poke it. So it looks like I'm just going to be able to put one more on because I'm out of bead caps, which is going to leave me one little bead left over, which is okay. All right, so there we go. All right, there we go. So that did not go completely around. Oh, I do have one more bead cap, and that's okay. That is fine. Now what do I want to do? These coin beads would be pretty here. I really like these guys. Let's do the coin beads. And I'm just going to put these on. I don't think I'm going to alternate them with anything. Now, coin beads kind of go on tightly because of their shape. You know, their wire's got to fit through a little more rounder, which is okay. You can just put them on there, and they actually are kind of nice to do in the middle here because they'll hold your other beads into place. They won't be flopping around so much. So I'm just going to finish this row out with the coin beads, I think. And one more. We'll see if it finishes it out. Okay, and it does. Pretty close right there. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. So now, let's see what I want to do next. I'm not quite ready for these yet. They're busy. I'm just not quite ready for them yet. I think These would be really cool to do, like, let me see if I can even get these on here. Yeah. So this one, so I'm putting the wider end next to the coin bead, okay? See that? And then I'm going to do the next one facing it, like the shorter end facing. So let me cut these. I think I might use these in between these. So let's go ahead and trim that one. Now, I think what I'm going to do, and I may do this, or I may alternate with the bright gold hematite chips again. We'll see. But I may do this. Whoops. Okay. And then this one facing, their two small ends touching, if that makes sense. Or I may switch it around and do the two big ends touching. Let me see. So that's the two small ends touching. I think I would like it better the other way, actually. And yes, I'm getting my wire all messed up. There we go. All right, so let's try it then with the big end facing that way. And this guy. No, I'm still ending up with the small ends together. What am I doing? Okay, hold on. The small end facing the other guy. I'm confusing myself again. Okay. And then this one. I know you guys were probably screaming at the camera, weren't you? Like, no, you're putting it on the wrong way. Yeah. Okay. And just scoot them down here. They don't like to go, but we will make them. Okay. Yeah, I do. I like that better. That's cuter. Okay. So we're going to do a few of these. So then I will put a small end. And then one of these guys. And then the big end. And I'm kind of alternating the colors on these as well. Okay, so then we would do small end, one of these guys, and big end. Let's scoot them all down. Okay, pretty. And I'm going to go on around with these till we get back to the beginning of the coin beads here. If I have enough, I think I do. So we'll do small end, little spacer guy, and big end. Let's do this purple one so I don't have two purple together. Nope, big end. And last one, because I've only got a couple left. Let's do these two. Small end, a little spacer bead. Oh no, I do have 4 left. Okay. And big end. Yeah. Let's see if I need the other two. I could always use them in a pair of earrings. And the good thing about memory wire is it retains its shape, even though you're kind of abusing it here. But if it does stretch out and you feel like that your bracelet has gotten too big, all you have to do is just kind of wind it back again on itself, like this. Even after I make these, sometimes I will wind them up on themselves like this and put a rubber band around it, and it will go back into its original shape. It's just... it gets stretched out a little while we're working with it sometimes. Okay, so here we are. We are back around. Yeah, we made the whole round, so I'm going to stop right there with these. We'll save those for a pair of earrings. Now, let's see what I want to do. I want to do something with some bright gold in here again. These hematite chips. It needs some more of the lighter gold now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a bunch of these guys. So I'm just going to put a bunch of these on, too. So I need these to go, let's see, if we want to make a round here, about to here would be the middle. I think that's going to look good. All right, so I'm just going to put a bunch of these on. And I'm going to get to the middle of this round, and then I'm going to put these bigger beads on. I'll show you here. So let's put a bunch of these on. And again, I'm trying to pick out the ones that are kind of drilled toward the middle, just for stability, so they won't, you know, get caught on something and be easy to crack off there. Gosh, I'm not on camera. I'm so sorry. I hope I haven't been that way for long. I'm so bad about that, but it's hard sometimes. Trying to do better about it. Trying to take notice, but I hope I wasn't off there too long. This is not rocket science, though. It's not like you can't figure out what I'm doing, but still, I do want to be on camera. Okay, so I'm just going to do a whole bunch of these. Whoops. Let's scoot them down. So if we're looking, and this is our round, it's going to come around to here. We need to go to about here with the chips. Okay. A lot of times, if I am stumped for an idea too, like I'll pull out this bead box and set it out in front of me, kind of separate out the colors that I like or that I think go together best. And then I'll get on Pinterest sometimes and just scroll through and look for an idea maybe. And I don't copy anything exactly off of there, but I do mesh ideas together sometimes or take something and make it my own. So let's see, we need a few more of these. Of course, memory wire bracelets. You're not stealing any idea from anybody if you do memory wire. Everybody's done memory wire bracelets, so. But I do try not to copy anything exactly, but you can get good ideas off of Pinterest. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there. And you can take even a couple of different things, blend them, make them your own, change it around. So if I'm really stumped, sometimes I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to go around just a little bit more. Trying to get some more of these chips off so I can find the middle ones. Whoops. There we go. All right, so let's see where we are. We are pretty close to halfway around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of these big guys, put it on, and let's see. I do have this blue one left, just the one. I could do it, and then this other big guy. See how that looks. Yeah, that's good. And then we will continue on with our chips till we get around. Those two are stuck together. Till we get around to the middle where we want to, or to the end here where we want to stop our section. Okay. And we're getting toward the end of our bracelet now, so I'm going to use, when we get around here again, if I have enough room, I may use these little guys right here. I wasn't sure how they would work in here with this, but we'll see. I know I kind of want the last round to be seed beads again, just for my OCD sake. I don't know, I may want to make this last round seed beads. We'll see. Just trying to kind of, there we go. It is pretty. These colors are really pretty together. Okay, we're almost back around. And I may not get to use these on here, and that's okay. There's a lot of times I pull something out and then I don't end up getting to use it. You know, that happens often. It'll get used for something else, no doubt. That's one thing about my craft room. I did a craft room tour not too long ago, and I know I have a ton of stuff, but everything I have gets used. I don't really have anything that I don't use. It all gets used, whether it be resin or polymer clay or just all of it. It all gets used. I love these chips. They are so pretty. There's a couple that are stuck together. Those two are, and here's two that are. They'd be cute on earrings. Okay. All right, so we're pretty much back at the beginning or the end of our round with these. Let me put one more on. Here we go. Now I'm going to finish up with the seed beads. Okay, so I'm going to do another row of the seed beads on the end. So again, with our dumping out here, and it's a little easier this time because we're at the end of our bracelet. I'm just going to scoop these in, let them drop. I may have to actually pick them up like this time just to keep them where they need to be. So I don't want them falling off the end as I'm trying to put them on. Okay. This is very relaxing. There's not much to it. Just scooping up seed beads. They do look really pretty on this bracelet though. The colors just are so pretty. All right, we're about around to the end. When I get to the end, I'm just going to make another loop, and I'm going to make it outward like I did the last one because I think I am going to make a couple little dangles to hang on it. You can make it inward if you want, but I just like the way the dangles hang better when the loop is facing out. And I've never had it really get caught or mess up my clothes or anything like that, so as long as you close your loop up real good, you're probably fine. Okay, a little bit more. This is really cute. Love the colors. Okay, I'm almost to the end. You want to make sure that you leave enough room to make your little loop, but you don't want, you know, wire showing. So I'm pretty well down to the end here. So I'm going to make sure that everything is tight, you know, that all my beads are on there really tight. And I'm going to take my round nose plier and I'm just going to roll this loop back. Yep, that's pretty much close to where it's got to be. And make sure that you, like I said, close it up really good. You can even roll it around a couple times if you want to do it like a split ring, you know, but I found that if I do that, then the beads tend to get in there. So I just kind of leave it right like that, just where it's bumping up against them. Okay, now let's make a couple of dangles. This is turning out really pretty. I love the colors of this. Oh my goodness. Now for the dangles, I may use these guys. Okay. Just going to grab a couple of head pins. I may do I want to do wire wrapped? I think I do. So I'm going to grab a couple of these head pins, and I've got these ones that I just got the other day from Michael, so I'm going to open these up and use them, I think. So these are ball head pins. They're just very thin, so you can wrap. I'm not going to use that many. Not nearly that many. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to take my little dangle here. I'm going to put it on. I think I'm just going to do, well, maybe I'll do 2 per. Let's see. That's kind of cute, yeah. All right, and I'm going to bend this 90 degrees. And then I'm going to take my little round nose pliers, and I'm just going to make a loop, come over and around like that. Looks kind of like a question mark. And then come on around. And then I'm just going to wrap. And I just wrap around 3 or 4 times. If you want a big messy wrap, you can do that. I'm really just doing it for security at this point, not so much for looks. Cut it off, and then you need to make sure there's nothing snagging out there. See that little snaggle? I'm going to trim or shove him in there. Okay, so here's my little loop. Now, I'm going to make several of those. Let's do red. I'm just going to make them all the same. I mean, using the different colors here, but all basically just the same little loops or dangles. And I'll probably do 3 or 4 for each loop. And I have 2 loops. If you remember, we made one in the beginning. And then this one right here. So I'm probably just going to do, I don't know, maybe 3. 3 per. They're really cute. We'll do, what do we have? Blue and green. Let's do blue and red then. And I'm sorry if I was off screen there a little while ago. I'm trying to do better about that. Okay. Okay, there's 3. I'm going to do 3 for the other end, or maybe I'll do 4 up here. I really like these. These are super cute. Let's do green and this yellowish, or whatever that is. That would be the topaz and the jewel tones, I guess. Okay. All right, so now I've got these 4 little dangles here. To open this up, well, yeah, I mean, you can open it up. It's going to be a little tricky because these seed beads are going to want to run right in there. So I think I'm just going to hook them on with a jump ring. I didn't really think that through. I should have put them on before I But that's okay. I'm just going to take a tiny little jump ring. I could hook them all on one, or I could hook them all on separate jump rings, and then they would kind of, I think I'll do that. We're just going to hook them on separate little tiny jump rings here. These are little too. These are like 4mm or 3mm jump rings. And that'll give them a little movement, kind of make them be able to move around this loop. But I don't really want to open the loop again, because if I do, the seed beads are going to all run out of there, and it's going to be really hard to get them back on. So yeah, think about that before. If you want to hook your dangles on before you make your loop, you can, but I found it's a little bit difficult to do that. Alright, so there is one. And you just have to make sure that you've got your little jump rings closed up really good right here. 2. Yeah, those are really cute. Three and one more. And it gives just a little fluffy dangle, little fluffy bunch of dangles right there. So there they are. Super cute. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other end, and then I'm going to hook them all on just like we did right there, and then we'll come back and look at the finished product. Okay, so here is our finished bracelet. I gotta say, I think it's beautiful. I really do like it. So there's little dangles. So pretty. Sam does such a good job picking out colors. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a little bit of wire showing there. I guess I didn't get that pushed down. Let me look at it. Yeah, it's a little loose. See, I thought maybe my seed beads had pushed up into there, but they haven't. So yeah, just make sure when you do it that you get your wire pushed down really far, or your beads all pushed down really far, so you don't have any little segments like that would be showing. It's not a huge one, but still, you know, you don't really want that. But I'm keeping this one for myself, so I'm not too worried about it. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I'll have all the information below, and as well as the link to the video unboxing for Sam's bead box if you would like to subscribe to Sam. I have $5 off coupon code for your first box. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe, and it would mean a whole big lot to me. I'm trying to grow it, and yeah, so please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.